This is how we talk to our kids about money so that we foster an abundance mindset instead of a poverty mindset. Instead of saying things like, we can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees, we say, we have other priorities with our money right now. And we love our family enough to take care of those priorities first. Also, when they really want something, instead of saying like, oh, just wait till your birthday, well, wait till Christmas, we say, okay, if you want that, how can we get that? What could you do to earn some money to get that thing? This teaches them that the opportunity is all around them, and it gives them a sense of ownership. So our oldest son started selling drawings last year because he really wanted a lizard. We're teaching them that not only are they well taken care of, but that they are also capable of providing for their own wants. Follow for more money mindset tips.
Failure causes depression and success causes anxiety. You've got something different to deal with in both directions. It's just a different flavor. And many people would argue anxiety is worse. Success causes anxiety because it's new. When things are working, you have less information than when they didn't, because you're not used to things working. You were trying and it didn't work, trying and it didn't work, trying and it didn't work. And then it worked. When it wasn't working, it was depressing, but at least it was familiar. When it works initially though, you might have had 10 failures, but you've only had one success. So success, by nature, is a completely new thing because we always define it as something beyond our current experience. Success is good and we should all strive for it, but you need to know ahead of time that when you succeed, there will be this completely new challenge you'll need to deal with, and it can easily flatten you if you're not ready.
People are not listening to you. Stop talking to them. That is the best piece of advice that I can give you. And what happens is that if you stop talking to people who aren't listening to you and start watching them instead, they will tell you what they're up to. But so if you have things to say, you say them, but you find people that will listen, talk to them. The ones who aren't listening, pull back. Because you're devaluing what you have to say by offering it to an audience that does nothing but reject it.
I told my mom when I was 16 years old, one day I'm gonna be successful. And one day I'm gonna help a lot of people. I always say this, pay the price today so you can pay any price in the future. Pay the price now, okay? Pay the price. My buddies were traveling, seeing the world, and I didn't have any of those experiences. Look, I've been ridiculed by my peers, by customers, and by competition. I've been judged for working too much, wanting too much, being too colorful, being inappropriate, insensitive, and too out there. I'm trying to figure it out. I've been threatened, I've been sued, I've been betrayed by friends, I've been ripped off, and I've been copied. 30 years, 18-hour days. Not 8-hour days, not 10-hour days, not 12-hour days, 18-hour days. If anybody thinks you're gonna be successful without paying that price, you're wrong.
When you have a kid, people want to either give them money and just leave it in their bank account. So, for example, my stepdad, he gives my niece money, and he will put £100 away a month into an account for her for when she's 18. But the problem with that, which he doesn't understand, is let's say you know she's born today and you give her £7,000, for example. By the time she gets to 18 or 20, because of the 3% inflation, which means you're buying 3% less than you could of whatever it is every single year. Pretty much that's how inflation works. So by the time she gets to receiving the money to spend it on whatever she wants, she's only going to be able to buy half the stuff she could have at the time. That's why any money you give someone should be invested into the S&P 500 or a similar index. So it rises and beats inflation. It will rise at like a 10% a year.
There's two types of motivation. There's push and there's pull. But if you're trying to push yourself to run, there are gonna be days where you do it and days you're not. If it's pull, there's something out there you want so much. Pull is 100 times more powerful than push, because push wears out, pull does not. And if you can find a pull that is spiritual, emotional, relationship-based, something that's tied to your identity, where this is who I am, I'm pulled to do it.
Do this exercise with me real quick. It's another fun one. Cross your arms. Okay? Now, cross your arms the other way. You feel that? It feels weird. It's like, what the fuck? This is not right. What you're experiencing is cognitive dissonance. It's your brain saying, hey, this isn't how we do things. Like, go back. You feel the discomfort. If you're keeping your arms that way, you feel the discomfort, like this urge to go back to like the original way you cross your arms. This happens anytime we try to change something in our lives for the better. What we're not familiar with, our brain will always try to go back to the familiar. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you.
If you have a pen handy, write these down, start implementing it, and I'm telling you right now, this will change your life if you do it. You have to do it though. Number one is to forgive yourself. Wipe the slate clean. You've been lying to yourself, cheating on yourself, eating the wrong foods, being lazy, letting yourself down for years, and it's been recorded, so you just got to apologize to yourself and forgive yourself. Everyone deserves a second chance, including you. So wipe the slate clean and forgive yourself. The next step is you have to commit. You have to commit. You are going to do what you say you're going to do from this point forward. You're the one that gets to decide what you're going to do, so just don't agree to it. So you have to commit, and then you have to do everything you say you're going to do, which is a choice. Ethics and integrity are critical. A lot of people think, oh, these rich people, they're just scamming people. 90% of the time, that's not true. And if it is true, watch, that person will fall. That person will crash and burn. It's temporary. Ethics and integrity are the only way you're gonna make it last.
Like most people in their lives are being allowed to live small. You're allowed to live a small life. Everyone around you would like you to live small. Just do this. You're good at that. Man, take it easy. Chill. When's enough enough? Like, come on, brother. You know where we all these messages you get is basically saying, hey, man, live small.
Yeah.
Life's not a big deal. Live small, enjoy it, chill, smoke a little weed, do whatever you want, right? Like, it's just this get by thing in life. And there's got to be some people who go, no, you're supposed to do something great with your life. You were put here for a purpose.